What's happening? Thanks for clicking on the channel. We are down here at the shop working on the midget, about to put a seat in it. Donnie's been building this thing for the last week or so, couple weeks, and I got away from the house. We're gonna see what's going on down here. This is our chili bowl car. We pulled the motor out because we had the oil tank fall off the first night, and so we changed motors, put our spare motor in. So we have a brand new spike right there. It's a little different. It's a standard spike where this is a tall cage car, quite a bit taller. It's 3 inches taller or something, and I'm short, so I don't need that. All right, I'm gonna go get my seat, and we're gonna stuff a seat in this thing, and you know, do a little bit of building the midget for the year. We don't start until hopefully in a week or two. We start, just depending on the weather. We might go to Oklahoma, but if not, we start in the beginning of April.
Try that, and if that's right, if that's right, or if you think you can go up another little bit, you can go take it out of that.
All right, so the existing bolt holes lined up, we drop those in, and ultimately the clearance right there is the most important, because when the rear end, if the thing squats all the way, if the rear end hits the seat, that is not good. That unloads the whole car and ruins the setup in the car. But typically my seat is touching on the top, so I feel like it might have to actually go forward. I don't know, we'll play around with that. Get myself in the car where I want it. I've been doing this so long, I know exactly where I want to be by just sitting in the car and feeling where my head is in the car. It looks high right now already, but that's probably because I've been looking at that tall cage car and I had so much more room above. Yeah, I'm too high. But I put the inch spacers underneath it.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
So inch is gonna be too much.
Yeah, so we need to do, I think, 1/2 inch.
The steering looks short to me.
What?
It looks short.
Well, and I feel out of place because I feel like I'm above the steering wheel more than I usually am. Typically, the steering wheel is...
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was talking about. It looks short.
Yeah. My seat is where it needs to be, so then we'll dab the bottom like that. Alright, moment of truth here. If I drilled holes in the right place in my $2,000 seat. Okay, feel like I'm at home, like boom, instantly. Get the seat in the right place, height-wise. Even the back feels really good. Oh yeah, much better. Yeah. Yep, we're good to go on the seat now. So I got the bottom all set up. I got to drill the back, but we got some floating deals. That's gonna make it a lot easier. I actually don't mind those little things. That's actually a pretty decent deal.
Oh, you talking about the way this mount?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, right there.
Yep. Okay. I sat in the car and I got the thing where I wanted it, comfortability wise, And ultimately, it's just centering it from this side to that side, keeping the car, the seat in the center of the car is super important because, like, people will lean the seat left, but for me, that starts sticking your head closer to out of the car. I'm not a big fan of that because if your head hits the wall, that is game over. So mark the bottom of the seat. I'm gonna drill some holes, and every car's built different. And this A-frame on this car is mounted here, where on the other cars they moved it back here, which has changed the angle of the dangle here on the A-frame. You really want to take your time with the seat because you know, being comfortable is super important in the car and having everything where you want it. So. Okay, so now we got the seat all mounted, drilled. Donnie's going to get some hardware for the top bolts, and we need to pull off the dash, cut the dash down, because we're gonna work on the body. It's not quite the same opening as the last cars. Here, I'll show you. You can see how big the opening is on that. Thanks to Tim Engler, we got a beautiful midget program over here. Here's the second brand new car, and you can see this opening is just not very big. So we're gonna change that because this is the car I'm driving, not anybody else, and we don't really care what everybody else is doing. We care about making this comfortable for me. All right, so we're gonna take this over to the tractor side, put this on the shear, cut it down, start our process. Hey, thank you so much for watching Tmeztv. Really appreciate it. Been busy with baby life, and you know, it's starting over. You know, you got to get used to her routine, then put it into your routine, and figure out how to do it and multitask along the way. So it's been good. Madeline's been doing great. Blaney is doing great. I'm doing great. I am ready to get back to racing. Got some big news about what I am racing this year, and we haven't really talked about that yet because I'm here working on the midget, and that isn't the big news. The big news is coming up. I might need a tape measure. Ultimately, I want to leave like an inch of this on there, and I want to shear across here.
Gotcha. And we'll mark it. And
yeah, if you don't mind. Thanks, Kurt. Oh yeah, we're on the tractor side, and look at this. So this is a Engler machine and tool chassis setup. Here is a roller, and I don't know why, but I love the way this thing looks. It's such a short wheelbase tractor compared to the normal, and I mean, look at that. It's like the wheelbase of a pickup truck, but with these giant, like, come on, like, seriously.
it's like probably a ½ inch longer or so if you look down that blade.
Oh, I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with that, actually, because longer's better. We can always cut it with a cut-off wheel.
I can't tell if it's
Looks pretty square on these ribs, you know. So,
let me cut
I mean, we're long. Go ahead. Ta-da! All right, we couldn't get it exactly where we wanted to, but that's okay because you don't want to have to cut this with the cutoff wheel if you don't have to. The shear makes such a nice clean edge. So while I was doing that, Donnie got these all tightened up and situated, and this thing is in like Flynn. So seat is mounted. We got this dash sheared a little bit lower. You can see the opening is already getting bigger. Oh, it's hitting on, it's cut to go up top. So we're gonna have to actually notch these out right here to get it down where we want it. We shouldn't need to notch this side at all.
No.
Because
Nope. That's why I say we can just make a piece for this and Zeus it here and Zeus it there, you're done.
yeah. Well, while Sam's getting the body cleaned up, thought I'd run you by some of the stuff on here. honestly, yeah, I think we are.
So you want to cut this off?
We're gonna have to cut something off.
Yeah. Keep from being.
The boss stopped by to check on us. No dynos today. It's a lot better.
Way above that now.
Way above it. Well, and so when I first sat in it, I could barely see the top of the right front shock. And now I can see the whole spring collar thing and clip. Right below the eyelet, the cable. Yeah, right there. I can see that. And that's even with this. We hack this off.
That's going to catch out of there.
Yeah.
Especially when this is cut off.
Yeah. But we're making progress. All right, so we're making progress here. Just got back from lunch, and I was working on 3D printing some parts. And ultimately, this opening here, we have got it now to where it's, what, 9 3/4 inches? So this car, we're at 7 1/4. So we got 3 more inches, which is huge. All right, yeah, now I can see. Remember before I could barely see the shock adjuster nut thing? Now I can see the first 2 or 3 coils of the spring. And this isn't terrible, but I do feel like that's not terrible.
You mean like half-ass put a tire on there and just so you can see?
Yeah, you could throw it right front on there. That'd be good.
What's the dealio here?
Oh, well, that's just one of my cameras. This is actually a camera too.
I see.
And I like it. Now I'm contemplating whether I cut that little corner out, and I don't know that it'll help the way it looks, but I'm always looking from here to there is where I need to see, and I'm always looking out of the right side of the car, so I'm on the fence with that. But this stuff all looks really nice. We're gonna have to add a little piece there to make this connect, but I think that's really all we're gonna have to do, unless he wants to he needs to put some Zeus buttons on this, right, on this dash or something.
Deflector here on the dash.
So really he's only gonna have to fix this piece.
Yeah, basically.
It's kind of interesting. Spike sells the RMS but rear bumpers now. That's we'll call that the Lacey bumper, because she made it. Brand new race car. Oh yeah. Out here living my best life. Hey, you can live your best life and have your own X racing wheel. All right, we need to find some poster boards so we can add to this body, but I looked at my watch and I think my parts are done, so I'm gonna go check out this 3D printer and see what we got going on over here. All right, let's see. Are the part? Look at how cute that is. That is so awesome. They just pop right off. And boom, I have my. So look, Racecars battery trays. Wow, that is strong. Man, I'm gonna have to get one of them Bamboo Lab 3D printers. I mean, printing parts, functional parts, and this battery tray stuff, this would have cost me $24. We just printed it for free. But Tim's over here. It's actually snowing today. Tim's over here. We're gonna see what he thinks of the car. Brand new race car. Gonna go sweet talk Tim into maybe seeing if we can't go to Oklahoma in 2 weekends to go run probably the 7B, if I had to guess. Or maybe they'll stuff a motor in my car. I'm not totally sure. But hey, I hope you're having a wonderful day. I know I am. Thank you so much for watching Tmeztv. All right, so this is the final piece where we made a little template here on this panel. We're gonna cut this out, and then we're done with the mounting of the body and getting it fit to where I can see putting a seat in it and what we had planned for the day. So I think we got all the midget stuff taken care of. I made some parts on Tim's 3D printer, and man, when I come down here, it's overwhelming. There's so much stuff here at the shop, whether it be the guys fabricating stuff or over in the machine shop, they're machining, you know, the EA Stealth Ford midget motors, and Tim's always got a ton going on. But I just really want to thank you guys for watching the channel, and you know, it is coming to the end of the show, and I have big news because of you guys. I'd like to say, you know, I made some good friends out in Arizona through the channel. Tim actually got me the ride, got the call from Alan and Kayleen Verveal, and we are going racing at Knoxville this year. Yes, we are going racing at the biggest sprint car. It's the sprint car capital of the world, Knoxville, Iowa. Running points at Knoxville in the 01 car, thanks to Alan and Kayleen Verveal and the guys down at Smiley Crane and everybody that helps that deal. I'm pretty pumped about that. It starts April 19th and 20th, I believe. So yeah, super pumped about that. It's kind of bittersweet because it hurts my midget season a little bit. You know, the Knoxville runs pretty much every Saturday, so that's going to be tough on my schedule. We're going to have to do a lot of driving. It's 6.5 hours from my house every Saturday. But hey, that's racing. You got to travel if you want to go do these big things. You know, if I want to go racing with the best in the world in the wing car, I'm gonna have to make laps at Knoxville, and this year I'm gonna get the chance to do that. I actually have no laps there, so I'm going there. I am gonna be a rookie at Knoxville. So, you know, over 40, and I'm going racing, and I'm gonna be a rookie. That's interesting, but super pumped. I'm not sure what that means for the rest of my schedule, but talked to Don Whitney. Don was on board. We're still going to run some all-star races. We're going to run high limit race, a couple races in Michigan. With that, going to run the midget as much as I can. Talk to Brett out in Australia, and so flying back to Australia in November. This year we're going to run like 15-20 races is what I'm hoping. So big year coming up. Thank you so much for watching. Got a lot of good content coming up. Been just hanging out with the kids, hanging out with the family, enjoying myself, enjoying the off season, taking some time to refresh myself, because when the race season hits, it's on. So race season's starting pretty quick. I think we just talked Tim into racing in Oklahoma in 2 weeks. So another week or two, probably like 12 days, we'll be at the track. 3 nights of racing the 7X with our brand new EA Stealth midget motor that Tim and the boys down at Arrington have been building. So yeah, super pumped. Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to go like and subscribe. I'm out.